you know, made notes, obviously. I guess it probably took a lot of people by surprise when I, you know, posted on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and everywhere that I was going to join the Navy. Because most people that know me, it's probably not something that they thought I was going to do. But I guess I'm just going to make this video to kind of clarify why I'm doing it and kind of give background and like insight into why I decided to join the military and the Navy specifically. So back in junior high and high school, I always wanted to join ROTC, but that was when I cared what people thought about me, so I just didn't ever do it because all my friends kind of thought it was kind of weird and I didn't want people to think I was weird, so I never joined ROTC. And then anytime in high school there were recruiters on campus, like they would set up outside the old cafeteria, and I always wanted to stop and talk, but I never did. And then I didn't take the ASVAB in high school because I was like, I'm never going to join the military. I don't need that. We see how that worked out. And then the thing that like really got me considering the Navy seriously was my younger brother. One day he came in my room and he was like, I want you to pull up the Navy website so we can look at it. And then he got really bored with it and I didn't. You know, I stumbled across the MC rating, which is Mass Communication Specialist, and from that point on I was hooked. Like, I wanted to do it. That was perfect for me. The MC rating in the Navy is photography, videography, journalism, and graphic design, and those are four things that I've always wanted to do, but they're four fields that are so difficult to successfully perform professionally, like, because it's all freelance work, and if you don't know the right people you can't get in, and so it's just really hard to do those things. And so when I found the MC rating in the Navy, I was like, well, what do you mean I'll get paid to go to school and then do what I love to do for 5 years? Like, absolutely, sign me up. You can pick your rate in the Navy, sort of. So it's all based on what you qualify for and what they have available at the time when you go to MEPS, which is a military entrance processing station. You go there to pick your job and you take your ASVAB, you do your medical stuff there, and in the Navy it's all based on what they have available that day, and it changes by the hour. And MC is a very hard rate to get because it's a small community in the Navy. It's only 1,500 people in the Navy that have this job, and I don't know the exact number of hundreds of thousands of people in the Navy, but it's a lot. And so when you take that many people and say, okay, well, this job that you want, Shelby, is 1,500 of those people. Like, it's super hard to come by. And so by the time I got to MEPS, I had pretty much convinced myself MC's not going to be there. I'm not going to have that job. It's because I had to decide whether or not I was going to be happy being in the Navy, or if I was only going to be happy with one job. And ultimately I decided that I would be happy being in the Navy regardless. And then I got to MEPS, and by some stroke of a miracle, they had MC and I got MC, and I cried right then and there in the Navy office at MEPS. My recruiter will never, ever, ever, ever let me live that down. So now I'm in what's called the delayed entry program, which basically I'm delayed until I can enter. I mean, I've signed the contract, I've done all the initial work, and I'm just waiting now to ship out, and I'm in the DEP. So I ship out on January 9th, and I'll go to Great Lakes, Illinois, which is where Navy boot camp is. I'll be there for 2 months, and then after that I go to Fort George Meade, Maryland, and I'll be there for 6.5 months, and that consists of all of my MC school training. So all of the photography training, videography training, journalism, graphic design, all of that packed into 6.5 months in Maryland. Yes, I'm fully aware that I'm going to Illinois in January. I'm from the South. I've never experienced a real winter. And there's that. So now here are all of the reasons why I decided to join. It took me 3 years, almost 3 years, to decide I wanted to do this, and here are all of the reasons. One of the big pushes for me really considering the Navy is the fact that I applied for nearly 200 jobs in this country, all over this country. I applied everywhere. I applied in the Midwest. I applied everywhere for jobs. I applied for jobs, and I heard back from maybe 6 of those jobs. And of those 6, I think I got 4 interviews. And of those 4, they all said no. Like, not even getting rejection letter after rejection letter. I just got nothing. Like, I heard back from no one. I don't get it, so I'm joining the Navy. Another reason, that Village People song. Obviously, the Navy offers the best options for travel. Like, I've lived in the same state for 22 years. Like, I've been here for my entire life. Georgia's Georgia. Like, it kind of, I mean, it's not all the same, obviously. Atlanta is very different from Savannah. Savannah's very different from Tifton. No one knows where Tifton is. Tifton is very different from Moultrie, which is where I'm from. And Moultrie, I don't love it. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. And so, you know, travel in the Navy is a huge deal. I could end up anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, and that's really exciting. One of the reasons I joined the Navy, obviously, the uniforms. The hats are really cute. If I decide to go career and put 20 years into the Navy, I'll retire at age 42. Like, I'll have a good retirement, and I'll retire at 42 years old, and I can live out the rest of my life doing whatever I want, and that is really, really appealing to me. My goal, one of my goals while I'm in the Navy, is to pay off my student loans. I'll have 5 years of living relatively rent-free, and I am very excited about that. And I'm gonna try and pay off all of my student loans while I'm in the Navy. Another reason I decided to join the Navy is that both my parents are in law enforcement, and my grandpa served in the Air Force in Vietnam. So service is kind of ingrained in me, and I figured out, the older that I've gotten, I've kind of figured out that I want to serve in some way or another. I never knew what that meant. I didn't know how I wanted to do it, and this is how I've decided to do that. I'm not an undisciplined person. I feel like I'm pretty responsible and pretty disciplined. My parents will probably disagree, but the Navy's going to teach me discipline of a different kind, and I'll be able to learn how to live and not amass so much stuff. I'm so excited to learn how to live, like, minimally, to just kind of shrink my life a little bit. Just the main reason is I just wanted to change my life. I had been doing the same thing for so long, and I wasn't getting anywhere, and my dream of going to California and working in Hollywood, it just wasn't coming together like I hoped it would. And I mean, I haven't given up on that. A lot of people wonder if this means I'm not gonna do that or whatever, but I haven't given up on it. And the thing is when I get out of the Navy, I will have that 3 to 5 years of experience that every single job I applied for asked me for. I'll have it. And like, I will have 3 to 5 years of professional photography experience, 3 to 5 years of videography, 3 to 5 years journalism, 3 to 5 years graphic design. Like, I will have all of that through the Navy. And that's why me getting mass communication specialist is such a huge deal. Not only do I get to do the things that I really enjoy doing and get paid to do them for the next 5 years, but I get to put relevant to the film industry experience on my resume, and I can get out or stay in, who knows, and I can go to work for a network in Hollywood or a production studio or production company, or if my tastes change, CNN or another news organization or National Geographic or Time Magazine or the Weather Channel, who knows. Like, I'll have doors opened for me through the Navy. So that's that. I'll probably make a few more of these videos. I'm going to try and start up a YouTube channel, kind of documenting my journey into the Navy, how I'm preparing for boot camp, things like that. And then once I get out of boot camp, I'll try and keep it going and just kind of document my life from there on and see what happens. Because I mean, I'm going to do a lot of stuff and a lot of really cool stuff that I would love to put out there and keep everyone up to date on my life. So yeah, I guess stay tuned for more.
So I kick my shit.